another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that splash, did that drill. Yeah, champion, yeah, we here. Yeah, this the winning team. 6 rings with a pinky ring. Everybody used to pick at me, now I'm the one that they picking. Snakes out, they hit scene, but I can't hear it when the crowd screams. Still balling like an offspring. This for all the ones that doubted me. Gotta lose once to be a true winner. Only want the hunters with the blues in it. Eating blood across it where the blood thinner. Just stay turned like, you know. I've been through that water like Olympic swimmers. Only bread and butter what we ate for dinner. So I had to dream it till the dream is bigger. Only want the gold, we don't need the silver. Gotta be number 1, number 2 never count. Used to have bubble guts competition, now point them out. Making my babies proud, wanna cop my mama a house. Coming straight out the south, gotta know juice to end the drought. Yeah, I buy like 23. Won't fall again and I put that on me. Yeah, I feel the way, my heart all on my sleeve. Yeah, that's why I had to put my wrist on freeze. Come for the win, can't take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that splash, did that drill. Yeah, champion, yeah, we here. Reaching my goals, I do not feel ashamed. I'm a dog, I'm a beast, and I cannot be tamed. I don't do it for fame, it's the love for the game. I go in like I'm trained. I'm prepared for the rain, they amazed. I ain't break from the sticks and stones they threw. Anything that you could do, I could do it better than you. No matter what I do, achieve, still got something to prove. I spent the check on the diamond cross, but still ain't paid my dues. Gotta be number 1, number 2 never count. Used to have bubble guts competition, now point them out. Making my babies proud, wanna cop my mama a house. Coming straight out the south, gotta know juice to end the drought. Yeah, I buy like 23. Won't fall again and I put that on me. Yeah, I feel the way, my heart all on my sleeve. Yeah, that's why I had to put my wrist on freeze. Coming for the win, can't take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that splash, did that drill. Yeah, champion, yeah, we here.
Rotate.
rose, head to toe designer. Drip, little bit. Let me feel myself a little bit. Little bit. You ain't talking big. Get out my way a little bit. I can't hear the hate, got a lot of it. Take these bands to the bank, let them rot in it. So much ice on me, I wish I had 2 necks. I got homies that can sleep without 2. I got homies that can sleep.
From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Atlanta Falcons and the New York Jets. 2 one-loss teams set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The kind of tackling they want to see all game as he'll lose yardage to start things out. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the 27-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Wilson. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes.
10-yard. 2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up. Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. 3rd and long. It's Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Fielded at the 33. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Jets will have a short field to work with as they take over 1st and 10. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. They'll run with Chubb. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage.
Taken down.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. They'll try again with Chubb. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Ball carrier.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. From the gun, Minshew to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put them in field goal range.
And one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed them to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. From the 29, Wilson sliding it. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And he takes it to the house. It's a fumble recovery for a Jet touchdown. Jets. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score, and a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower postgame. And his kick is good.
Makes the score Jets 10. Falcons.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
He's tackled
at the end of all that hitting and hollering. It was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle, feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves. This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 45 yards. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
At the 8-yard line.
Now Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Able to get there and pick it. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. The 20. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Lambo on for the extra point. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Josh Lambo set to kick off.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Back to the air, Wilson after the pick six. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
Wilson's pass.
It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll be second and about a yard.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Wilson.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
4th down.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. Got a man. It's complete. Williams. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. 17-0 our score after 1.
With the score, Jets 17. Falcons nothing.
Now Wilson on 1st down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot? Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Wilson being chased out left. Now he'll square up and throw deep left sideline. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play in a quick strike.
Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Minshew, 1st and 10. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver If you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
Tackle made by Dante.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Out of the gun is Minshew. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
They give the Chubb out of the gun. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Off play action, it's Minshew. Gonna throw deep for the end zone. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Jets will extend their lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And the route is on here in this first half.
To kick off.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And that is incomplete. The intended target was Calvin Ridley, and that'll make it 3rd down.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Wilson now on 3rd down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
6 yards on the play. Brings up 4th down.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded just inside the 30. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
They'll take over first.
That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. We got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level that quarterback and receiver were not on the same page.
Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, he expected something different from his receiver. Whether he expected him to break in, out, deeper, shorter, they'll determine that on the sideline. But bottom line, you could see that he thought he'd be in a different spot, except the defender was not his intended target.
At the Jets' 42-yard line.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wilson. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28, and his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
It's a gain of a yard, and it takes us to the 2-minute warning.
Gain of a yard.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
The 29-yard line.
A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
The ball carrier.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. Looking to throw it. Minshew. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson eluding the pressure right. He's airing it out for Williams. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that just...
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked by Riley Harrison, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. It's caught at the 10. And they move this all the way down to the 9. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Nick Chubb, his first touchdown of the new season. And this Jet offense starting to run away with this one.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Josh Lambo is set.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
On 1st down, Wilson. He's airing it out for Williams. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
Yeah, he's going to have the hook up to QT. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
14. You better be afraid of me.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Ridley, incomplete. It's second down and 10.
After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. Throwing again, Wilson. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
Incomplete, intended for his running back. It's third down.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
Let's go. 50, play.
Chubb on the counter. And he's got this down to the 35. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. Hey, Delta.
They'll go play action here with Minshew. He's going to go up top again. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
5-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it now because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
Carrier.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
Complete.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Kiki QT, 47 yards. And the Falcons claw one back.
Everybody likes to see the long ball thrown, but when you throw it underneath and you see someone catch the ball, secure it, make their moves, and then turn it into bigger plays, that's a lot of fun to watch as well.
Greg Joseph set to kick off.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Still comfortably on top, third quarter, as they start things here with a 1st and 10. Minshew sets to throw. He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski, complete. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
2nd and 3.
And they'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. A run for Nick Chubb. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out that heavy package. Almost like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 40. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Another takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And he's going to be met at about the 43. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. Here's the Jets punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
First down, Atlanta.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's 2nd down.
1-yard gain.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, it's Wilson. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
18 on the play. First down, Falcons.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down. From the gun, Wilson. Throw left side, complete. That's Snyder.
Complete.
Not much there, only a yard.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 41-yard line.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. To throw again is Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now Wilson to throw on 3rd down. Flushed out right. Got an open man. It's QT. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
For the running back.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done, down to the 15 from the 21.
The 15-yard line.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. This is a very impressive drive, especially when you consider where they started from to now be set up 1st and goal.
Yeah, and some nice running right there. That's what got them the 1st down. But at this point, I suggest open up your playbook. You can call just about what you want.
And this is going to be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football.
There he goes left side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Nick Chubb with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game, as his guys continue to pour it on. Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Makes the score Jets 45, Falcons 7. Josh Lambo set to kick off.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They go play action with Wilson. He's airing it out for Williams. And now here is another interception. Picked off inside the 10. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. On 2nd and 11 now. Minshew. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from walking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Makes it 3rd and 2.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he locates Walker, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That's good for a Jet 1st down, a gain of 13.
Well, partner, nothing but praise from me for this offense. They have been tremendous all night long. They knew what they had to do to unlock the defense. And let's face it, this has been a master class in offensive football that we've been here to witness.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it now. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That was a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. The best starting field position you could possibly have. 1st and goal from the 1. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
brings up 2nd and goal.
On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. They'll try to run this one in. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. They'll try and run for it. And he's not going to get there. They tackle him at the 2. The run is turned away on 4th and goal from the 2. And the Jets are going to get the football back. They begin this drive with Chubb. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And that's a touchdown, but hold on. There is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about. Following the penalty, Chubb. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They run it again with Chubb. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long.
And 12.
Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. It's complete. He's got Gronk. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to about the 19. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That could give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because